This is it, the book that prophesies about the coming of Eashoa, Jesus by name. This is the major breakthrough of this translation project, the Aramaic Translation Project by Victor Alexander. This is a translation of the Book of Zechariah from the Ancient Aramaic Scriptures of the Ancient Church of the East. The name of Eashoa, or Eashoa Mashiach, Jesus, appears in the 3rd chapter of the Book of Zechariah. In all the other English language translations, the name used is Joshua. There is no such name in the Hebrew language. Even Rabbi Tovia Singer will tell you that. He's told people that. The name of Eashoa Bar Nun is also transliterated in error in the English language Bibles. It should not have been Joshua Bar Nun, but Jesus Bar Nun. Therefore, here in this book, in the book of Zechariah chapter 3, verse 1, the name is not Joshua or Joshua Bar Nun. The name is Eashoa, Jesus. There is no Bar Nun. That would be son of Nun, wouldn't it? If this verse was about Eashoa Bar Nun, it should have appeared as Joshua Bar Nun in all the English language Bibles, but it did not. Therefore, it is clearly a deliberate distortion of the Scriptures. Zechariah 3:1 is a prophecy regarding Eashoa Mashiach, Jesus the Messiah, 500 years before he came to the world. Every chapter in the book of Zechariah is about Eashoa, Jesus the Messiah. So how could all the churches have deleted the name of Eashoa, Jesus, from the Old Testament? Why was the name of Eashoa, Jesus, he puts Jesus here so you know who he's talking about, deleted and falsified as Joshua in all the scriptures from the time of the Greek Septuagint to the present? So we're going to have a look at Zechariah 3, verse 1. And he showed me Eashoa. It's probably a message of the Lord. The angel showed him Eashoa, or Eashoa Mashiach, the great high priest, as he stood before the angel of the Lord, and Satan stood from his right in order to strike him. 3:1. Note, prophecy regarding Satan's role in the crucifixion of Eashoa, or Jesus. And the angel of the Lord said to Satan, Satan, the Lord shall rebuke you, he shall rebuke you as he has chosen Jerusalem, that is, with the rod he has pulled out from the fire. Note, continued reference to Eashoa, or Jesus. And Eashoa, Jesus, with blood-soaked garments as he stood before the angel of the Lord. 3:3:1, literal Aramaic idiom, or expression, wounded or besmirched. And Eashoa, Jesus, with blood-soaked garments as he stood before the angel of the Lord. Then the angel replied and said to those standing before him, take away from him the blood-soaked garments. And he said to him, look, the abomination has passed away from you, and I shall array you in blessed garments. And he said, consecrate a pure wreath on his head, like a crown, and clothe him with blessed garments, and the angel of the Lord shall stand there. And the angel of the Lord shall testify concerning Eashoa, Jesus, and say, thus saying the Almighty Lord, if you shall go according to my way, and if you shall observe my commandments, you shall judge my house and guard my courtyards, and I shall grant you to walk among these that are standing here. 8. Hear this, O Eashoa, Jesus the great high priest, you and your companions here that stand before you, for they are men of wonders, that, behold, I bring to my servants salvation. For behold, or take notice, look, the stone that I set before Eashoa, Jesus, there are 7 eyes upon the stone, for behold, I shall open up her doors, said the Almighty Lord, and I shall wipe out her abomination, the abomination of the earth on that day. On that day, said the Almighty Lord, each man shall call on his companion underneath the vine and underneath the fig tree. 3:8, literal Aramaic idiom, sunrise, germination or shoot. So there is Eashoa Mashiach, or Jesus the Messiah, mentioned in Zechariah 3. Let's have a look at an English, Americanized English Bible version to see what they actually say. Zechariah 3. While we have one close to us. Where is it? Zechariah. Has to be in here somewhere. Okay, 668 in the NIV. First verse in NIV, a call to return to the Lord. In the 8th month of the 2nd year of Darius. Okay, this is 3, we're looking at 1. Yeah. Clean garments for the high priest. Then he showed me Joshua. Such small print at the bottom of this thing, we have to try and find a magnifying glass or something here so we can see it. Then he showed me Joshua, and it's got an indication of a B next to it. Letter B. A variant of Jeshua, Jeshua, here in Ancient Zechariah. Okay, doesn't really go deep into it. There he showed me Joshua the high priest standing before the angel of the Lord, and Satan standing at his right side to accuse him. The Lord said to Satan, "The Lord rebuke you, Satan, the Lord who has chosen Jerusalem, rebuke you. Is not the man a burning stick snatched from the fire?" Now Joshua was dressed in filthy clothes as he stood before the angel. The angel said to those who were standing before him, "Take off his filthy clothes." Then he said to Joshua, "See, I have taken away your sin, and I will put rich garments on you." Then I said, "Put a clean turban on his head." So they put a clean turban on his head and clothed him, while the angel of the Lord stood by. The angel of the Lord gave this charge to Joshua. "This is what the Lord Almighty says: if you will walk in my ways and keep my requirements, then you will govern my house and have charge of my courts, and I will give you a place among these standing here. Listen, O high priest Joshua, and your associates seated before you, who are men symbolic of things to come. I am going to bring my servant the branch. See the stone I have set in front of Joshua. There are 7 eyes on that one stone, and I will engrave an inscription on it, says the Lord Almighty, and I will remove the sin of this land in a single day. In that day each of you will invite his neighbour to sit under his vine and fig tree, declares the Lord Almighty." See the difference? Yeah? In this new international or new invented version, they've changed it. They've taken out the name of Yeshua Mashiach or Jesus and replaced it with Joshua, as this Zechariah from the original Aramaic shows in Zechariah 3, 1 to 10. So they've altered it. So, we hope that you enjoyed this video. We possibly will do a part 2 and bring you more on what was actually said in these ancient original manuscripts, in the original language of God, Lishana Atika Sapre, from the original ancient very old language of the Assyrian Aramaic or Aramaic, which is the Ktav Ashurit, the sister language of the Ktav Ivri or Hotep, or the original ancient very old Hebrew. So if you enjoyed this video, subscribe us, give us a like, add your comments below the video, we'll get back to you on those, and then go share this with all you know. Thank you for taking the time to watch our video. You are much valued and appreciated.